Welcome to Roofing Road Trips, the podcast that takes you on a thrilling journey across the world of roofing. From fascinating interviews with roofing experts to on-the-road adventures, we'll uncover the stories, innovations, and challenges that shape the rooftops over our heads. So fasten your seatbelts and join us as we embark on this exciting roofing road trip.
Hello and welcome to another Roofing Road Trips from Roofers Coffee Shop. This is Heidi Ellsworth, and we are here today to talk about new construction. Yeah, the thing that kind of starts everything for us in the roofing industry. And we wanted to talk to the experts on what is happening out there around new construction and also the labor market. So much is happening. So we invited our friends at ABC Supply, Jeff Leyden and Stephanie Lyons, to visit with us today about new construction. Welcome.
Hi, thanks for having us.
Yes. Thank you. This is a great discussion. So excited. Let's start with some introductions. So first, Jeff.
Jeff Leyden. I am Vice President of Residential New Construction for ABC Supply and actually L&W Supply too. We have two teams that I head up for both companies.
Yeah.
Stephanie's part of our team. She'll talk to that in just a minute. And so I focus on the residential new construction builders. So this is perfect for this segment. So my brief history got my start actually chasing Hurricane Andrew down in Florida in the 90s. So, I got sawdust in my veins, they say, starting in the lumber business. That's how they refer to that. And so I was one of those lumber guys for many years down there. Then I found my way up to Bracco Supply, back to the Northeast where I'm from. And I spent many years at Bracco Supply until they were acquired by ABC Supply in 2010. And I've been at ABC Supply 14 years now as the residential new construction vice president.
I love it. Welcome. So happy to have you here today. Stephanie.
Yeah, good morning, Heidi. Thanks so much for having us. This is real exciting for us. My name is Stephanie Lyons. I'm the business development manager for the West at ABC Supply, and I've been with ABC for just over a year. I began my career in my early 20s with a small regional builder in California. That builder was then acquired by a large national builder not long after I started, and I worked for that company for about 13 years before I shifted gears and went back to working for a small private builder. And I was with that company for 8 years before joining ABC Supply. All 20 plus years in the industry have been in the purchasing department for these home builders. And I really enjoyed my time with them, but I'm super excited to be over at ABC now. My decision to join ABC started kind of with a desire to try something new, and the opportunity presented itself, and it was just the right fit for me. Yeah, so it's been a bit of a whirlwind the last year. I've learned a lot. Jeff's still taking my calls, so I feel like we're doing good. Thank you.
I'm honest, she's a superstar. She's really, she does. Yeah. Yes.
Well, what a great background too, to bring such a strong perspective into the distribution and to really understand the market. I think that is so important. So let's kind of start out with a little bit of what's happening and what you're seeing in new residential construction from that distribution perspective. So Jeff, why don't you kind of get us up to date on what's all happening out there?
Yeah, I love, look, we're all going to love what's going on. We all see the data. The data suggests that we're going to see several years in front of us of growth, continuous growth with residential new construction. There's a shortage of housing. You read it, you see it, you feel it. That translates to more business for our roofing contractors, of course. So really excited about what's in front of us. I think it's just for positivity in the industry. It's going to play out well for all our customers. And for our customers, so our challenge, our right to exist is to service the roofing contractors. That's what we do. And so we want to, we'll talk about things that make it easier for them, but, we want to make it the one place shop, help you grow with what's going on with the business that we see. And so we're really excited about what's coming in the next few years. Yes.
Yeah. What we're seeing trending out there too is really this, so many the contractors, what I'm seeing from roofing side, but this really goes back into the builders, is how much they're diversifying. And we have some roofing contractors who are builders, who are small builders, but also on the builder side of it, there's a big mix of products out there right now. Maybe talk a little bit about that, Jeff, on what you're seeing when it comes to solar and to new products within the new construction area that really we're going to be seeing right down the line.
Yeah. So the roofing contractors, I mean, that's who we are. It's all lifeline to our business. This is our core right to exist. There's no question. So part of that, what we need to serve to the customers is a good mix of products. So that's what we try to do. So we try to make it the one place shop for our contractors or roofing contractors. Everything on the exterior, the roof, the walls, the cladding products, the window products, the accessories. We've introduced solar over several years ago. Now we have over 80 branches stocking solar components for our customers. With that, we have the machinery and equipment to load it on a roof, which is kind of unique in the industry. Typically, it's a guy on a ladder with a solar panel on their back, and so now we load it up there safely, and also saves times for the roofing contractor for them as well. So also, we have also LW Supply was purchased. This is almost our 7th year now on the drywall side.
Yeah.
So we have a direct connection to our drywall group of branches. So that also is now added to the mix for the builder customers. The roofers should do building as well. And finally, the last thing I really mention, Town and Country. Town and Country is a group of branches, many branches that support hurricane and storm protection products, pool enclosures, and screen enclosures as well. So I'm trying to make it the one place shop, easy for the contract, to shop through us so we can service our business. Yes.
Right. And really focusing in on that small builder, which with all the history, we know those lines blur, right? There's a lot of small builders who are doing everything. They're doing the roof, they're doing siding, they're doing the whole building. They aren't subcontracting it out. But then you have your large builders, of course. And this is, Stephanie, really where you come in with your great experience of how, when distribution is looking at visiting with or working with builders, large and small, what are you seeing from the small builder's perspective on working with distribution and kind of what's going on in the market right now?
Yeah, absolutely. Now that I'm on the distributor side, I definitely see how valuable that relationship with distribution could be. I know that with new construction, the schedule is so very critical, and we put a lot of faith in the roofing trade partners that the product's they need is gonna arrive on time and as ordered. And for the most part, that works. We've got a lot of great roofing trade partners who do a phenomenal job. But every now and then, it helps to build that relationship at every level, from manufacturer to distribution, installer, because we're all human and stuff happens, right? And so when one of those legs of that tripod starts to wobble, you've got the other two that can kind of come in and pick up as needed. But if you don't have those relationships built, it makes that more of a challenge, especially with the smaller builders. And I know that I can say for certain that I didn't do my due diligence in fostering that distributor relationship when I was on the builder side. So, it's that old saying, if I knew now what I know then, I would definitely do things differently. I think there's a lot of challenges that small builders face where the relationship with a distributor can help. We have resources that the builder may not have with software programming or even at our branch level where they can help with estimation. We've got access to the manufacturers that they may not have, at every level. So we can assist with them, finding product literature, finding products that meet municipality requirements sometimes. Let's see what supply chain disruptions. We can assist in finding product from either manufacturer or other branches in the area, and can communicate in advance with builders when shortages are likely, so they can kind of shift how they're doing business, whether they're ordering earlier or moving product, those kind of things. So having all those relationships in place really kind of helps ensure that product gets to where you need it, as that small builder. Yeah. And then, the health and the viability of the turnkey installers, that's really prevalent in the West, I think, because we're predominantly a turnkey market. Mm-hmm. So if a trade partner goes out of business, it's difficult for builders to pivot quickly, no matter what their size, which, equals delays, which equals margin erosion, and most importantly, like unhappy homeowners at the end of it, which is not good for anybody. So I think there's a lot of value in what distribution can bring to the builder's table.
Yeah, I do too. And I love the fact that both of you were builders and involved before you got into distribution. And, when you look at that, we always talk about the importance of the relationship. and how important it is to have that relationship with distribution. One of the things you said, Stephanie, that really kind of hit on in my brain was that relationship that you have with the manufacturers, and that you're able to bridge that gap between the manufacturers and the builders to really help them understand new products, what's happening, just like we were talking with Jeff about that some of the new products that are coming out, the new designs, energy savings, solar, all of those different kinds of things. So from your experience, how important is that? And really kind of how were you able to take advantage of, working with your manufacturers, with distribution, getting those introductions, kind of maybe share a little bit of that?
I didn't talk to distribution too much, even though I had friends on the distribution side. I didn't. It didn't really occur to me. I had manufacturer contacts. I'm not convinced that they were the right contacts sometimes, but I didn't know any better. You don't know what you don't know. So I didn't. It would have been really helpful had I known the right person to talk to, and I think that's where your distributor can really help point you in the right direction of the right person to talk to get exactly what you're looking for.
And exactly what you need. And, it kind of comes back around too, Jeff, when you're looking at some of these challenges that the small builders are having that Stephanie talked about. I mean, to have a partner who has such deep resources. And I think that's what ABC Supply brings is, just an abundance of resources, no matter what you're looking at. How important is that? And kind of give us some of the, what you're hearing and how, as you're talking to small builders and large builders out there and their relationship with ABC.
Yeah. So, Stephanie, you hit a lot of the key points. I mean, look, we're the roofing contractors advocate, okay, to the industry. And that's really clear to us. So, small, big, medium contractors, builders, we go to the market, we go to the manufacturers to looking for the best source, free supply, pricing, quality, all those things. And we'll bring that very in a neutral response to you, right? We, again, we're not going to favor one another over necessarily. We're going to bring you what we think is the best price, product, service associated that your job goes efficiently. And that's really what we do. So even as a small roofing contractor, I mean, you can still get that, right? That's what we do. We'll go to the market, we'll come back to you with options, right? And you'll look at the options, you'll make decisions based on what we deliver to you. And that partnership makes it really strong. It's a very powerful thing. So move forward about that.
You're still right in the middle of a labor shortage that's really not going away anytime soon. And so this is another area where ABC Supply has really been supporting contractors who are being impacted by that workforce shortage. And it doesn't matter if you're a builder or if you're in roofing, any trade. Construction overall is having really dealing with this labor shortage. So Jeff, what are you seeing out there on the labor shortage, both with the new construction builders and also in the roofing?
Yeah, it's real. And if you ask the builders what their biggest, what keeps them up at night, land, labor's number 2.
Wow.
And then housing affordability. Okay. So it's number 2. It's hit this industry hard. We're aging out. I'm not speaking of no jokes, but we're aging out. How do we attract young talent into this non-sexy category, right? Roofing products, and that's the challenge we have. So we all need to take our part in this. And so at ABC, L&W Supply, we support a lot of NAHB and those groups. So they have trainings, groups for bringing trades into the industry. We provide training internally for low slope training for commercial roofing products. We do that as well. We provide something that's really exciting. We're going to talk about just for a minute. Is we have something called a path to CDL, right? And so yes, for ABC Supply and L&W Supply, but this is what we got to do. As we know, trucking, that's all part of the industry. It affects every delivery for every contractor we have. It's a big shortfall in the industry. So the path to CDL is essentially this. We have 60 centers, training centers within ABC and L&W, okay?
Wow.
To train, the upcoming employees for both groups, right? Warehouse folks, outside salespeople, new people, they're coming to our company, and we sponsor them, we train them, and get them CDL licenses. Now, last year, I just got this new number. The new number for 2023, we had 178 CDL trainees come through and get a license through our system, and they're employees today.
Wow.
So, yeah, this is all part of doing our part, just trying to make sure we all shore up the labor piece, bring people into it, make it exciting for the young folks to come into the industry.
Yeah. And well, that's the whole key, is to really be bringing more young people into the industry, and we want them to be involved. We want them to think we're cool, and so those kind of things with CDL training, but also helping contractors find more labor. What are you, and I'm going to kind of step back there just a little bit, because it's about finding labor, finding that next generation who's come in, but it's also about really time savings. When you're looking at the time savings so that we don't need as many people. So are we using technology? Are we automating? Are we using the tools there that can help bring that about? So Stephanie, what are some of the things that you're seeing with roofing contractors on how ABC Supply is helping on those time savings and technology?
Yeah, I think ABC Supply, I think we're trying to stay current with technology trends, and people use their mobile devices for everything in their lives these days. So we've got the My ABC mobile app that can be used for on-the-go ordering. You can check status of upcoming deliveries. You can pay invoices. You can probably enroll your child in college. There's all these things you can do in there. Not quite that far, but it covers everything, every aspect of what a roofing contractor needs. It can basically be done through the app. We had a meeting recently, and they were talking about even applications. You can just send a text to apply, which is wild to me to apply for a job that way. We also have express pickup, which I think is super helpful for the roofing contractors. You can skip the line and get right back to the job site faster. I know we can help in other ways as far as we can generate reports, real-time reports for job costing, historical needs, rebate reporting. We've got a lot of tools at our disposal. Yeah.
Well, the My ABC Supply, it's just an amazing technology tool for the industry.
Oh, yeah.
And Jeff, are you seeing, you have obviously builders, small new construction builders who are using ABC Supply, very ingrained, and they're also using My ABC Supply and the technology available out there too, right?
Oh, absolutely. The technology, we're like Stephanie said, we're trying to stay ahead of it, right? And so we have a lot of resources into that segment. It's time savings, time is money. We get it 100%. This is simple things. So we can do this thing. You can order an estimate for the house through your app. We have Hover, we have, Eagle View. We have technology to our website. You can just click, get an estimate faster, better, easier. The tools is a priority, and we realize that all this is part of the shortfall in labor. Is just more productivity for the contractor, our customers. So, so it's really important to us. Thank you. Great part.
It's a lot. I love it. And you know what? I kind of want to, so my dad was a general contractor. He built new homes. He did all of that stuff. So I kind of grew up in those trades. And there is this beautiful entrepreneurial spirit that I kind of inherited. I have a little bit of it myself. And I think is what you really see every day with roofing contractors who have started their, obviously, owners of the businesses, small builders, Stephanie, large builders. It doesn't matter. They've all started somewhere and very entrepreneurship. But I love the fact that ABC Supply tends to really think outside the box and help that spirit, that entrepreneurial spirit. Jeff, talk just a little bit about that and how builders and of course roofing contractors, but builders are working with ABC to kind of think outside that box and to save time, be more profitable, all the good things that you can bring.
Yeah. And so immediately my mind goes to the pandemic, right? And well, boy, right? Do we learn how, we all had too many SKUs, too many window selections, too many colors, too many products, and as soon as the supply chain, failed us, right? It was like, wow, what were we thinking, right? So we learned so much from that. So that brings us forward to today. And so now we see simplification by most builders, right? We see better practice. We see forecasting by all sizes of customers now. If you're smart and will help, the data is really, really important. So we can, we should be able to forecast your needs. You should forecast your needs to your distributor. So we have the product on the shelf ready to go, right? It's, it's a lot of the products are still, it's the manufacturers don't typically manufacture and hold large inventories anymore. It's manufactured on demand per order. So we've got to stay ahead of it. So all these things are really important. We're just going to encourage our roofing contractors, as working with the builders, same thing, the forecasting, take advantage of the resources and the data. The data will really provide you with some of the guidance you need to stay ahead of the industry and the challenges that we say, right? So all those things are really important.
Right. Yeah. There's so much to think about there. When I think about the builders, I think the custom home builders, the production builders, and everything in between, right? Between the big mansions to the production and all of the developments that are going in right now. You said the number one concern is land, right?
It is land.
Yeah. I mean, there's so much out there. And so to your point, what you just said, the roofing industry and the roofing contractors really need to be aware of that, especially the ones who are really tuned in. And I know a number of contractors who are really tuned in to that residential new construction builders and really providing the kind of services they need. And usually always is with the support of ABC and the great distribution. So some final thoughts, as we're thinking about small builders and kind of that relationship between small builders and distribution, and also then with our roofing contractors, what are some of your final thoughts? Stephanie, let's start with you.
Yeah. My final thoughts, I would say the small builders shouldn't underestimate their value. They still make up roughly 50% of the new homes that are delivered across the U.S. And I think they provide a diversity of product and architecture and are just as important to us as a distributor. And I think great relationships are key. I think that we take care of our customers, roofing contractors, builders of all sizes. Everybody's, it feels like an extended family to us. And it's never a bad idea to get to know who you're working with and put a face to their name and take that relationship from an email to a more personal level. I think that really is the foundation for success in our industry.
Yeah. Get to know your sales reps, get to know your branch managers, go to the barbecue during the summer, right?
Right.
Be involved. Jeff, what are some of your final thoughts?
Yeah. So a lot of what Stephanie just said, but, she said it several different times, but taking advantage of the resources that are out there. We have a vast amount of resources out there, the industry, even the manufacturers, and we could make that connection like we spoke to. Take advantage of it. You're not out there alone. You're our customer. Our right to exist is you, the contractor, and our builder customers. So if you don't take advantage, we can't help you. But I can tell you, the ones who do take advantage of it, I think they have an advantage.
Yeah.
Resources won't cost you any money. We're happy to do it. And that's how we build business together. So that's my message.
That's how you build your business. It really is. We tell people that all the time. There's so much out there that distributors and then manufacturers are doing to help them grow their business. And so for contractors, it's just, I don't care what kind of contractor you are. That's what you need to be doing, whether you're building, general contractor, roofing contractor. It's all about that relationship with your distributor and really using those resources. So I love these conversations. I can't wait. We'll have to do it again. I want to hear more about what's happening out there. I always like looking at the pipeline. So both of you have a great day. Thank you again so much for being here today.
Thanks, Heidi. Have a great day. We appreciate it.
Thank you. And thank you all for listening. This is great stuff. be sure to check in with your distributor, get to know your local builders, build those relationships in your community. It can only lead to more business for you and your business. Also, be sure to check out all of our podcasts under the RLW navigation on rooferscoffeeshop.com under Roofing Road Trips, or on your favorite podcast channel. Be sure to set the notifications subscribe and set the notifications so you don't miss a single episode. We'll be seeing you next time on Roofing Road Trips.
If you've enjoyed the ride, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and join us on every roofing adventure. Make sure to visit rooferscoffeeshop.com to learn more. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll catch you on the next roofing road trip.